Hello, everybody, and welcome to a training session on how to sync your grades in Canvas with PowerSchool and kind of make those two platforms work for you to make this hopefully a seamless experience. What you have to do first before you do anything in Canvas as far as assignments and grading is you need to make sure that your PowerTeacher Pro gradebook has been set up. And on the screen in front of you, you can see mine. These are some of the categories. Well, these are the categories that I use: projects, classwork, quizzes, tests, choice board. If this is not set up, Canvas is, as far as syncing grades with Canvas, is not going to work for you. So this is the very first thing you need to do before we even get to Canvas. So make sure, again, your categories are set up, and then we can go from there. So that's where I wanted to start this training exercise. That's the very first thing. Once you have that set up, then you're going to come over to Canvas, and I'll kind of start from the beginning here. This is my 8th grade history course right here. I'm pulled up. And what you need to do first is go under assignments. Okay, so after you've got your category set up. And normally, when you start Canvas for the first time of the semester, these categories are not going to be there. Okay, so you can see mine: choice board, quizzes, classwork, projects, test. Okay, there is this assignments one here. In fact, I'm going to go ahead and get rid of it so this is less confusing. Okay, when you import your categories, this is where it's going to show up, is under assignments. Now, you may be wondering, okay, well, how do I import those categories? You click on these 3 little buttons over here, and where it says import assignment categories, you click on that. And what's going to happen is, after you do that, Canvas is going to go to your PowerSchool, your PowerTeacher Pro gradebook, and pull those categories into Canvas. Now, you won't really see anything different in mine because I've already done that. Okay? So, next, after this is set up, you want to create your first assignment. And so I'm going to go here to create an assignment. You're obviously going to give it a name. And if you've got like a worksheet or something on the desktop on your computer that you want to use, this is where you upload it as a new file. And you can put instructions here. You can put links to a YouTube video, anything like that. It's very customizable. And you put your point total. For me, what I generally do is put 100 points. And then this is important right here, this next step. Is here I need to assign it to a specific group or a specific assignment group. Now, you may be wondering, why does this show up twice? Well, that's because I imported the categories already. So this is where it would be. You need to assign it to a specific assignment category. And then I'll leave that alone for points. And then for this submission type, what you need to make sure you're doing is checking all of these boxes: text entry, website, media recordings, file upload. Check all of those. And for the allowed attempts, I would make sure that this is unlimited, because you want your students to be able to submit multiple times, especially if their first submission was not up to par. Okay? Now, this right here, sync to SIS. This is very important. If this box is not checked, it's not going to be able to sync to your PowerTeacher Pro gradebook. Now, let's say I create an assignment on here, but I don't want to sync it just yet. I'm going to uncheck that box. You create this assignment, it'll be there, but we won't be able to sync it, and I'll get to that in a second. Here's where you assign it to, and you can assign it to individual cores, individual students, whatever. And next is, you absolutely must have a due date. In order for the syncing to work, you must have a due date. Okay? Now, let's just say I wanted to publish. I don't want to publish this just yet, as I still want to work on it. You just click on save. But let's say you wanted to go ahead for the kids to see it, save and publish. I'm just going to cancel that for now. Now, when you grade things, and we'll look at this one right here, we'll just pull up an assignment from right now, actually. Syllabus questions. You're going to go to SpeedGrader, okay? And you'll click that open. And once SpeedGrader pops up, you'll be able to see each individual submission. And that's where you'll grade it, and you can see their work. I'll go back under assignments because one thing I want to point out to you. All these assignments right here, the ones that have a green checkbox, these are published. That means my students can see these assignments. This little, I guess like an X right here, what that means is I have not synced them with PowerTeacher Gradebook. They're not going to sync until I change that. And all I have to do is click on that. And then it will be ready to be synced. Okay? Now let's say we're ready to sync and we're ready to push some grades over to the PowerSchool Gradebook. You click on Grades. And on here, it's going to look like I guess you could say a big spreadsheet. Let me scroll all the way down. Okay. So you guys can kind of see. Yep. So these are some of the grades so far. And when you're ready to push those grades over to PowerTeacher Gradebook, click on Action and Sync to SIS. Okay? Sync to SIS. In order to do this, you must do this every time you want a grade to show up in PowerSchool. It will not do it automatically for you. You have to do this each and every time you want to push grades over to PowerSchool. Now, I'm telling my kids and my parents that I will be grading things on Canvas and SpeedGrader each and every day, but I will not be pushing over grades to PowerSchool until Friday. I'm going to push everything all at one time on Fridays. That's how I'm going to treat it. Now, if you have any issues with the syncing, because that can happen as far as something not showing up, that's possible. You back up a second here. You want to go down to Grade Sync. Okay, Grade Sync. And when this pulls up, when you sync grades to the SIS or PowerTeacher Pro, it runs a report, okay, if that makes sense. It's kind of like a programming report. And this is where it will show up. And it will kind of let you know what the status of that sync is. And this is where you would need to check if something's not quite working right. Now, I will tell you, when you sync your grades to PowerTeacher Pro, it's not going to be instantaneous, okay? I would give it about 3 to 5 minutes for it to show up in PowerSchool. If you're logged into PowerSchool, you may want to log out and log back in or refresh it, and then it should work, okay? Now, one tip that I will give you, I would put all of your grades into Canvas. I wouldn't enter anything into PowerSchool. Put everything here, and then push everything over to PowerTeacher Pro. Okay? That's what I've got for this video, and thank you guys for watching.